Win big with new DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all three past performance formats. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code ONEFREEPP for a free single card today.
Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at the DRF race of the day for Thursday, October the 24th. It's race number 8 at Keeneland. We're going 5.5 furlongs, fillies and mares, high-level allowance race, stakes caliber allowance race, and it has a full field. Before we take a look at that full field, remember, friends, DRFTV viewers have a chance to get 10% off all past performances. Access now by using the QR code on your screen, and please use the coupon code DRFTV10. Here's the field for race number 8 at Keeneland on Thursday. You can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Take a peek at them and handicap along with us. The number 3, Ovra, is the favorite. 9-5 on the morning line. Good on turf, good on dirt. The horses won 17 of 31. Why, Mike, am I reluctant to take that 9-5?
Yeah, I would be too. But I get, I get her being the morning line favorite. That she's a really likable horse. She can do anything, long or short on turf. She handles dirt just fine. Really respect this trainer as well. Not sure I'd want 9-5 on her.
Let's throw up our Timeform US pace projector. It's a turf sprint. There are some fast horses in here. BG Warrior is very, very quick. And breaking from the far outside post, she's got to go if she breaks from the gate. Shoot Out the Lights, the number 8, is also fast. I think she's going to be part of this pace. I'm a little bit surprised, especially because I've seen Shoshana run, and I know she likes to be close to the pace. A little bit surprised we don't have the red bar indicating a fast pace.
Yeah, I am too, because I did think there's a chance. It'll to me, the key to the pace is the 8, though, Shoot Out the Lights, because she is plenty fast. When you go back and watch some of her races, Dan, especially the turf races, boy, it does feel like Wesley Ward has spent a lot of time trying to get her to rate, and it hasn't really happened yet.
Bling, the number 7, is the fastest Timeform US late pace rating, as evidenced by his LP flag on his chiclet. Let's start things off with the number 1, All I Want Is You. He would benefit from a fast pace. Here's his most recent start, a rallying third place effort, going 6.5 furlongs and a high level allowance at Kentucky Downs. I thought this horse ran pretty well at Colonial 2 starts back. It was a decent enough closer's trip where he stayed covered up till inside the 3/16 and fired on home, and he ran on in the late stages here as well.
Yeah, she does run on pretty well late in this race. I mean, there's no point where it ever looks like she's going to win, but that's a nice little late run that she put in. Maybe a little deceptive performance there, because on paper, it doesn't really look like she did much, maybe picked up some pieces, her buyer dropped. But I feel like she ran a deceptively good race there. And like you, I liked her race at Colonial 2-back. I think it suggests that she's in career best form right now.
Wesley Ward has the 2, Top Gun Girl, and I think the building block effort was the most recent start. It was her first race of the year, her first race in about 10 months. She ran fine. Wesley dangled her for the $80,000 claiming option. There were no takers. Top Gun Girl has the lead turning down into the final left-handed bend, and she's just going to get run down by a progressive horse trained by Bilmot Agra.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this horse, I don't think you're going to give Top Gun Girl a huge excuse here, but this horse that runs her down is in really good form. Left this race, I know it was a sort of a scratch-laden field in New York, but second in a stakes race at Aqueduct over the weekend. That horse is in really good form right now. I like this horse, Dan. I think she's tactical. I think she's better than she looks on paper. I think she is a turf horse, even though Ward's tried everything with her. And I think she has more room to improve, too.
Illinois-bred Ouvra is up next. Good on dirt, good on turf, and a nice prep last time out against fellow state-bred dirt horses, going 6.5. She's 1-10 for a reason. She took over control, turning into the long stretch at Hawthorne, and she just draws away with impunity. A 6-length win. It should have her on tilt for this one.
Yeah, she's just a good horse. I don't think we have too much to add to what we were talking about her in the Open, Dan. I mean, this race, who cares? A race that she couldn't really lose, but it's a fast race. She looked good winning. It shows that she's still capable. It's easy to make a case for it. It's your call how short you want to go on price.
LJ Zema, the number 4, has one race at least over a wet turf course at Saratoga when she won the Galway during the summer of 2023. She rallied from off the pace that day. She was swapping leads several times in the stretch, and she was still able to get up. I just haven't seen any improvement since that race to prove to me that it's not exactly a wet turf course aided fluke, but maybe she'll get the right setup here. And listen, I respect Eddie Keneally tremendously.
I do too. Boy, you're right though. I mean, she has that one win at Saratoga as a 3-year-old. I mean, and listen, She ran fine in there, but she was also in really good form at that time. That was her third win in a row. And since then, she just hasn't really ever built off of that performance. I'll be honest, that I don't like any of her races this year.
Joe Sharp, I guess, had a plan when he claimed the 5 off ramp for $40,000 at Churchill back in June, and that was move this one to the turf. 3 starts on the turf, immediately got a win, ran very well last time out in New York, finishing second for the 62.5 claiming option. Turns into the stretch. You got to look at this, Mike, turning for home, and it's just going to keep grinding and grinding and grinding, and is going to finish a very close second. This race was at 6. She'll cut back slightly to 5.5 here.
Don't think the slight cutback's going to bother her at all. There should be pace for her to come after in this race. She's very, very game in this race. Just denied at the end here by the 4-5 favorite, who was on the lead the entire way. I thought she ran fine in there, Dan. Didn't make me want to bet her back against this field.
Laura's Charm, the number 6, earned a stakes placing at Hawthorne, 3 starts back over Yielding Going, and then ran twice at Kentucky Downs, and really maybe didn't run up to her absolute best in either one of those races. I think she's a solid sort that I think is going to be facing even better than the field she faced in the turf for a stake at Hawthorne.
Yeah, to me, I'm with you on that. I just feel like she's way up in class for this, even though it's just another allowance field. She's 20-1 on the morning line if you like her, but I didn't like her.
Bling likes Keeneland. She won here during the fall of 2023. She then was third in the Valley View going a mile. She's capable over a variety of distances, and she might have the right running style for this race. Another horse that raced at Kentucky Downs last time out, and it just might be not her favorite surface. At Ellis, 2 starts back, that was a race that was marred by a spill, so who knows if she would have been as close at the wire as she was. But I think she's solid enough, and I think she trips out in here for an underrated trainer.
Yeah, I agree with all that stuff. I mean, she's another one who's kind of short on the morning line, which, doesn't thrill me. But I remember when they ran her in that allowance race here last year, going this distance out of a Kentucky Downs race. I thought that was a really good effort when she won that day. And really, they've only sprinted her on turf twice since then. The Giants Causeway off the layoff, which is easy to excuse. And then the race 2 starts back where she ran really, really well.
Shoot Out the Lights, the number 8, is still a very lightly raced 4-year-old. It's possible we've yet to see her best for Ward, and she's been washed off in her last 2. Her most recent start on the turf, she had an excuse, I guess, because she had to deal with a very lengthy layoff at Keeneland. She got to the lead, she opened up in the stretch, she looked home free, and she was just run down in the shadow of the wire. The key of this race, Mike mentioned, was the pace. Are they going to try to take her back? I'm not sure. I think she likes to have her head early. I think she's going to go. The question is, does the 9 battle with her? And especially, does the 10 battle with her? She might be the most quality of the speeds.
Yeah, I look at it the exact same way. And I wonder if they've just sort of given up on trying to rate her. Because especially, again, when you go back and watch her turf races in particular, she makes the lead, but they're always taking a hold of her up there. And she looks like she wants to do way more than they're allowing her to do. They really grab her early. And I don't think she really likes that at all. She's been rained off a couple of times recently. Forget about those races. She's a turf horse. I think she's a quality one. I think she's got talent. And I do think maybe they just turn her loose this time, and it makes all the difference in the world.
The line that stands out for the number 9, Shoshana, is 4 starts back, where she finished second to Future Is Now, who's one of the better filly and mare turf sprinters in the entire country right now. But it must be noted that race came over an extremely wet turf course, and Shoshana seemed to relish it. She then ran well 2 starts back at Monmouth in the Incredible Revenge Stakes, a race where she had a clear lead in the stretch and was just run down late. Her most recent race at Laurel, though, that bothers me a little bit. That's just not her. She usually has a lot more fight than that when confronted.
Yeah, that wasn't a good performance. It was a race that sort of went to closers a little bit there, but she didn't run that well. It was 6 furlongs. I guess getting back to 5.5 helps her, Dan. I thought this was a really tough spot for her.
I think BG Warrior might be slightly better on scent than on turf, but she has won on the grass in the past. Last time out at Ellis, she was able to battle on the lead before tiring. She has a very quick first step, and I won't be surprised at all if she's on the lead after the first quarter mile. She did reel off a couple of nice victories at Turfway on the synth over the winter, but she was able to make the easiest of leads both times. I just don't see that situation replicating itself.
Yeah, I don't either. And I just don't really like her turf races enough to really want to, even at a big price tag, I really couldn't get behind this horse on turf with other speed to her inside.
Before we take a look at our top selections, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for the latest DRFTV videos. Top pick time for the Thursday race of the day. You're going with Shoot Out the Lights. She's got speed, but as we mentioned, maybe she's the best of the speeds.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, she has her flaws, to be sure, but I think she's talented. And I just like this spot for more than anything else. Then the two favorites are fine. I don't want a short price on either one of them. I wanted somebody else in here. Shoot out the lights at anywhere near that 8-1 morning line. Taking my chances.
Mike said a mouthful about Bling. That 3-1 might be a little bit light. We complained about Uvra's price as well. I need more, but I think she's going to get the right setup. She likes Keeneland and she's going to come closing. So if I can get more than 3, I'll be playing Bling. 7-1-8-2 for me, 8-2-7-3 for Mike. It's the Thursday race of the day, the 8th at Keeneland. Best of luck. Hey buddy, you look like you're in need of a winner, and just remember, if you like and subscribe right over here, you can get all of the great content on DRF.com, including Race of the Day, stakes previews, and lots more, featuring me and my superb selections. Trust me, you're not going to regret it.